Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
CNBC just aired on national television a scathing report having to do with Bitcoin, the Lightning Network, and Strike, which is an app created by Jack Mallers, who has been talked about quite a bit lately throughout crypto, the world of crypto, but certainly the XRP community as well, because what he's offering has been touted as the XRP killer. Well, this scathing report shows a reporter going down to El Salvador, where Strike has been implemented with Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, and it's a veritable disaster. And this is what's being touted as the XRP killer. So I'm going to share with you the specifics on this. And I tell you what, even though I don't know, we're not privy to the specifics of mechanically what went wrong, I will tell you this. They should have started with a better tech stack. Had they started with a base layer, a cryptocurrency that actually didn't have scaling issues and was carbon neutral and all these things that matter to the general public, instantaneous transactions, had you started with that, a lot of the problems that were encountered probably would not have been encountered. But folks, I ain't gonna lie, it was bad. And again, CNBC, they are fans of Bitcoin. So for them to report this veritable disaster in the way that they did, I think they're just sharing the truth. It's not like, to me, it doesn't look like this is some sort of hit piece or something like that. They love to sing the praises of Bitcoin, which again, I'm happy because I'm a fan of Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin to be around forever. That is my hope. I very much mean that. I don't know for sure if it will. I think there's a really good chance it will. I don't know for sure, but I do want Bitcoin to be around forever. That would be the least messy approach, the most desirable approach, I think, for everybody that's involved in crypto, even if you like other coins more. That's just my personal opinion. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So let's quickly set the table here. El Salvador and the president, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correct. I believe it's Nayib Bukele or something close to that anyway. Apologize if I'm getting that wrong. But El Salvador, thanks to the push from their president, adopted Bitcoin as official legal tender, which I think is a really cool thing, to be honest with you. We'll see if it's a good move or a bad move. Let history be the determiner of that. Let this play out and see how things go. But I think it's cool. I think it's a positive step forward for crypto in general. Very happy to see that. So that was about 7 months ago that it officially was implemented as legal tender in conjunction with the United States dollar, which is also legal tender in their country. There is no other currency that is legal tender within the country of El Salvador. Now, Jack Mallers, he spoke at the Bitcoin conference 2022, which is in Miami, and I covered some stuff on this just a few days ago, so I will not be rehashing all of that. I'm just trying to set the table here. But look at this headline from CoinDesk. It's from April 7th, titled, Jack Mallers' Strike announces Shopify integration for Bitcoin Lightning payments. So let me just mention this. Jack Mallers, who is the founder and CEO of Strike, which is an app which is designed to move money around the planet, part of what his app is doing is exactly what Ripple is doing well, at least they're trying to do the same thing as what Ripple is doing with on-demand liquidity and XRP as a bridge currency. There is overlap there in the business model, that part of it. But they're also doing things that Ripple isn't doing, and Ripple's doing things that Strike isn't doing. For example, right now, Strike is pushing to be able to use their app and pay for anything anywhere with whatever you want to pay with, whether it's a cryptocurrency, a fiat currency, you name it. That's the goal with Strike. So they want you to be able to use Bitcoin, for example, at your local grocery store and major countries or major companies around the world as well. That's the big vision there, which is different than what Ripple's doing to this point. At least currently, I'm not aware of Ripple having any plans to do something like that, but they've got all sorts of other cool stuff in the works. So there's a little bit of overlap from company to company, which is why Strike has been dubbed the XRP killer. And so this piece reads as follows, and I'm only going to cover the top part here. Strike CEO Jack Mallers unveiled a litany of high-powered partnerships for Bitcoin's Lightning Network at the Bitcoin 2022 conference in Miami on Thursday, including an integration with e-commerce giant Shopify. And here's a quote. You're going to be able to walk into, end quote, millions of American storefronts that plug into the payments stalwarts and pay across the Lightning Network. And so he did say America there, but this is also in El Salvador. Now, admittedly, while the SEC is suing Ripple, claiming that XRP is an unregistered security of Ripple, the company, XRP and the XRP ledger would not be an option for Strike inside of the United States, although I think that'll get cleared up. But clearly, XRP and the XRP ledger would have been a better starting point in El Salvador, right? And don't even talk to me about liquidity issues, because I'll tell you what, you can say Bitcoin's more liquid. It certainly is, but if they're using Lightning Network, Lightning Network is not very liquid, actually, because you have to put the Bitcoin on there, on that separate network. And well, I mean, Bitcoin's always on the blockchain, but you have to actually apply it to the Lightning Network, and you have to tie it up there. That's the point. Now, XRP, it's most crypto, like I say all the time, it's crypto is just not very liquid, but XRP is one of the more liquid cryptocurrencies on the planet, so it would have been a more reasonable starting point from a technology perspective. So then there was this. There's this tweet from Squawkbox, CNBC, which reads as follows. It's been about 7 months since El Salvador made Bitcoin a national currency. Gadi Schwartz reports on how the experiment is going. Gadi Schwartz is the guy on the right, and then the host, I think her name's Becky, on the left. Is it Becky Quick? I think that's correct anyway, on the left there. And she was speaking with him, but I want to start with it. So I actually transcribed the relevant portions from this clip, and it was just mind-blowing watching this thing. So it cuts to Gadi Schwartz, the reporter, in El Salvador, and he says the following. This is a direct transcription. These are the ATMs where people load up their phones, and they can use Bitcoin to buy everyday things. But how does it work? And then the video immediately cuts away to another scene, and Gadi says the following. There's a lot of cuts in this, so I'm just noting that as I go through this. So then Gadi says, hey, we finally got our money 2.5 hours later, $199.01. Not sure where the 99 cents went, but the money's on our phone. Folks, is this the future of money, where you wait for 2.5 hours? When you get your Bitcoin, you get it 2.5 hours later. This is not what Jack Mallers promised. And again, I don't want to rehash everything that he claimed, but other than to state that he said this was going to be free, and he said it was instantaneous with real-time settlement. That's what he claimed his Strike app offered. Today. That's what he offered. He said it was free and it was instantaneous. He said this multiple times, multiple occasions. I've been highlighting it. Okay, well, 2.5 hours definitely is not real time. I'll tell you that. That's quite the lag right there. And then it seems like they put in, they purchased $200 worth of Bitcoin, and they got $199.01. That doesn't sound like free to me. And again, this is with the strike app. He clarified as he was going through this, the reporter here. This was with the strike app, which is using Bitcoin and Lightning Network, and that's the alleged XRP killer. So there was a fee of 99 cents. Who did it go to? They didn't say. He didn't know that he was getting dinged with a 99-cent fee. So you convert your money to your United States dollars to Bitcoin, and you just lost 99 cents, and you didn't know it was going to happen. But it's free, right? Like Jack Mallers said, it's free? Doesn't seem very free to me. Does it seem free to you? I don't think so. But anyway, he's got his money on his phone. He's got $199.01. And then there's a break in the video. It cuts to another scene. And then Gaddy said they got special lines for people paying in Bitcoin. So just pause to think about that. They felt it necessary. You can only imagine why. And you're going to pick up on it as I go further. They have separate lines for people at the grocery store to pay for Bitcoin. Might it be because those transactions are more problematic and take longer? I don't know for sure, but to me that sounds like reasonable speculation based on what happened after. Check this out. There was another break in the video clip, and then Gaddy said the following. Okay, so we got our groceries, but not because we paid in Bitcoin. They said that their transaction had been canceled. It showed that it had gone through on our account, so we're down about $14. Folks, they lost, because they paid $14 worth of Bitcoin for the groceries. The grocer didn't receive that, but it was down from their account. Then they paid with United States dollars to get their groceries. That's ridiculous. So then you got to kind of wonder, okay, where'd that $14 go? Is it going to be refunded their account? Oh, maybe if they're lucky. Or is it more likely, perhaps, that the grocer was going to get it? It's just that it maybe is going to take another hour or two because this whole thing doesn't work and it's a technological mess. Did the grocer actually get paid for those goods twice? We don't know. We'll probably never find out. That's a train wreck, folks. That's an absolute train wreck. And this is the XRP killer. Don't forget that. This is the XRP killer. And as Jack Mallers said, it's ready to use today. He said, don't believe the people that say Lightning Network doesn't work and the fees are free and it's instantaneous. It happens immediately with a finality in terms of settlement. That's what he's promised. Sure as hell doesn't look like it to me. And then there was a break in the video again. And this isn't getting any better, folks. He says, this is break in the video, so he's somewhere else, and he says, this is the second time we've tried to use Bitcoin with Strike Wallet here in El Salvador, and we're 042. So they tried to use it again elsewhere. And it still didn't work with the Strike Wallet, which Jack Mallers said works. Doesn't look like it works. And mind you, look, I don't mind competition at all. I just don't like what Jack Mallers has been saying because it's misleading at a minimum, if not an outright lie, because he keeps saying that this is free, and businesses are not in business to lose money and be charities. That's not what nonprofits can. If get money from people that want to donate this, that's fine. This is a business. This is a for-profit business with employees. They have to make payroll, right? And then there are foreign exchange costs, and he pretends like all of this is just going to be free, as if he doesn't have business expenses. It's completely ridiculous, and so I know that this isn't true. I mean, it could only be temporarily true if there's going to be free transactions just to onboard customers and then you start charging them, which would be fine if he wants to do that, but he's still being misleading even if he wants to do that. And maybe it's a loss leader situation, but even if it's a loss leader situation, or else is he making it up because he claims that whether it's cross-border remittances or paying for stuff at the grocery store, everything's free. It's free, it's free, it's free. No explanation of how this is a viable business model for the long term. It's free, except for it doesn't even work. Maybe if it were free, I'd be like, well, if it doesn't work, then the price is right at least. But even that's not aligned. It's completely ridiculous. And then so the video, there's a break in the video, and then it cuts to Becky in the studio, and the first word out of her mouth was, wow. No kidding. And then I don't want to cover literally everything, but here's the next part, which was just delicious to take in here. So it jumps ahead a little bit, the conversation. Then Gaddy says, this is the reporter that was in El Salvador. He's the one that's on the right on your screen, and he said the following. This is a transcription. Cash needs to work 100% of the time, or any type of currency needs to work 100% of the time. And so you have one bad transaction, two bad transactions, where all of a sudden this thing you have on your phone either gets lost along the way, or the balance doesn't show up, or you put money into the ATM there, and it takes 2.5, we've heard up to 8 hours for it to hit your account. There's a lot of sitting there. There's a lot of waiting there. There's a lot of anxiety. And so for the people of El Salvador, most of the people have tried it. They were all given $30 of Bitcoin at the beginning of this experiment. They went to the grocery store. A lot of lines formed. We held up the line there for 10 minutes just trying to get it to work, and it didn't work. We ended up being double charged. So just one experiment like that, and most of the people in El Salvador said they're not using it. Now, folks, I am not thrilled that this is indeed the case. I'm not thrilled that this is the real-world report, the real-world experience. And again, I don't think this is a hit piece personally. There are some people that do, and we can respectfully disagree. That's fine. Because again, all they do is praise Bitcoin all day, every day. But then they went down to test. Do you think that if it worked, they would have just had a hit piece? They're like, no, we're here to have a hit piece. I don't think so, folks. This was their real-world experience. So I don't know for sure how widespread this is, but they're reporting that based on what their X number of conversations they had with people in El Salvador, they tried it, didn't really work, we're just using United States dollars. It's like what problem are you really solving if there's not friction with for these people using the United States dollar? I don't know. I understand most of them are banked, and so you can make an argument that there's some sort of balance on the phone. It's equivalent to being banked. Okay, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And so that's why I've been critical of this the whole time. Maybe Lightning Network ends up working sometime. Maybe it all gets figured out. That's fine. And I'd prefer that. I would prefer for this stuff to just work because I'm not afraid of competition whatsoever. Like I think let the best cryptos win. I'm totally down for that. Because if XRP can't win in an environment where Bitcoin works, then XRP doesn't deserve to live. Also true of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can't survive in a world where XRP works, then Bitcoin doesn't deserve to live. It's true of any cryptocurrency. So I say just survival of the fittest, effectively.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.